I think one of the really interesting areas of research is the effects of transcendental meditation on the brain. This is interesting because every experience we have impacts the brain in some way. And so research on transcendental meditation shows very clearly the effect that it has on different parts of the brain, including the amygdala, which is at the center of the brain, and that's your fear center, the frontal lobes, which is the executive functioning, and on both hemispheres of the brain, which is the so-called analytical and intuitive aspects of the brain. And what they find is, what the research shows, is that during transcendental meditation, there's a strengthening of the connections between the frontal lobe and the back of the brain. This is important because the frontal lobes govern decision-making, planning, judgment, problem-solving, sense of self, ethical reasoning. Everything good about the brain depends upon the connections between the front of the brain and the back of the brain, between all aspects of the brain. And stress rips apart, you could say, as if takes the frontal lobes offline. That's why, does a stressed person have good judgment? Does a stressed person solve problems, plan well? No, because the frontal lobe goes offline. During transcendental meditation, those connections are strengthened. During transcendental meditation, the connections between the left and right hemispheres of the brain are strengthened. All parts of the brain connect together during TM, and because of something called neuroplasticity, those connections that we have in meditation last in daily life. And that's why people report that they think more clearly, that they make better decisions, they solve problems better. Why students find that their grades go up and their test scores go up. It's not magic, it's now the brain is optimized. The whole brain is functioning in a coherent, integrated way. In fact, there's a spreading of coherent alpha brain waves from the back of the brain to the front of the brain. And alpha brain waves are indicative of a state of restful alertness. And that's what transcendental meditation produces, a state of restful alertness.